Pardonnez-moi, mademoiselle.
Señorita.
Bonsoir. I'm a friend of Captain Dominguez. Is he on board?
At this hour, El Capitan is at the tavern. Where else?
Thank you.
Farewell and adieu to your fair Spanish ladies. Farewell and adieu to your ladies of Spain. Spain is the only thing I am. I am Carlos
Capitan,
Dominguez.
we meet again.
Do we? All three of you look familiar. But you're all welcome back to my cabin. I've manhood for...
I don't think...
Or we can consort right here!
What do you know about Rafael Joaquin de Ferrer?
I'm afraid he's not invited.
What's your business with him?
He pays for transport to and from New Orleans. That's all I do. Transport the things and get paid. Things, paid. Transport, paid. Back and forth and back.
What is he doing? Why New Orleans?
I do not know. Senor de Ferrer is a very secretive man.
Thank you for your time, Capitan.
Alright, I just realised I had my mic muted when I did my intro. Welcome to another stream of Assassin's Creed Liberation. So today is Wednesday here, and because I finished my Resident Evil 4 remake playthrough, it means that Wednesdays this week is Assassin's Creed, and starting this weekend, Saturdays, Sundays, Mondays, Tuesdays and Wednesdays each week will be Assassin's Creed streams while I'm doing my annual series run. And so far there's been 13 memory restarts with this challenge. I'm allowed to take damage inside, I'm allowed to take damage outside of memories when I'm running around from one place to another. But if I take damage inside a memory, I have to count that as a memory restart, and if it's a glitch that causes it, it doesn't count. But if it isn't a glitch, then it does count. There we go. Hello there, Harbinger. You ended up buying RE1 and RE2 Remake. Thanks, Rod. Oh, that's good. That's good. I hope you enjoy those. Hope you have a good time with them. Hope you're ready to get jump scared a lot. Hey there, Shin. How's things? Harbinger, this voice sounds familiar. That's true. That is Marcel Gianin, who voices the Capitan. The Capitan. They're his other credits in the series. Hey there, Gamerloop. I'm really good, thank you. Things are going well. How about you? Shin, thank you so much for the 8 months in a row. Thank you very, very much. One more month for a sub, baby. That's right. One more month to go. It's amazing how time flies. Thank you so much for that, Shin. Good day to you as well, Senny. Welcome on in, dude. I hope you're having a good day. Harbinger, you needed games that take you out of your comfort zone, so your Black Flag playthrough is on hold. That's understandable too, and that'll give you a lot more time to focus on the game. I mean, obviously for a first playthrough with those Resident Evil games, it can take a bit to know where you need to go and all that kind of stuff. But they're really not, you know, like 50, 60 hour playthroughs really. So it's a good idea though to focus on them.
Se promener toute seule dans ce quartier n'est pas une bonne
Love how that Capitan is like, transport paid. Back and forth and forth and back. Let's return to the de Grand Pré mansion.
Aveline, out and about as always.
But home to rest now, Papa.
Monsieur Blanc tells me you do a great service to my business. To our business. For it will be your husband someday.
Oh, Papa. You know I should sooner mind my own business than marry.
As stubborn as your mother, Jeanne. If only she could see you now.
But she can't.
No. But perhaps you are old enough now. It is not much. 1 page. But it is from her diary. You should have it.
Mama. Thank you, Papa.
Crooked, cheers. Having a good morning so far. Early start and went out with the doggo for a long walk. It's cold as in winter time out here, lol. Hope you're having a good day. I'm glad to hear that, dude. That's awesome that you're having a good one. I hope the dog walk went well, and I hope the doggo's been going great too. How is she settling into everything? And that's definitely my kind of weather. Like I definitely prefer it colder. It's been cooler here actually, which is really, really good. Much rather warm up than try and cool down. But you woke up at 7 AM and it was 6 degrees. Now 3 hours later it's 8. Yeah, you gotta love it when stuff like that happens. We got through that memory without taking damage? I mean, I could still take damage on that memory if I did something like start a fight with someone. But there's plenty of memories to be annoying with the challenge like this. And as I was saying before too, but when I was muted, if I was just doing the memories without doing the optional objectives, the probability of taking damage in those memories would be reduced, because if I do miss an optional objective and I have to replay the memory to get it, I'm basically increasing the probability that I'll take damage. And even if it's a memory I've already finished but didn't get the optional objective in, if I take damage in it, it still counts as taking damage in a memory, so I have to restart that memory again. So essentially, really, I'm doing 2 challenges at once, because the one challenge on its own makes it challenging, but doing the other thing, which is all the optional objectives, also makes it even more challenging as well. Hey there, Donna. Good morning to you. I hope it's going well.
Papa, you surprised me.
I dared not interrupt. Your music is breathtaking. I dare say you could stop a man's heart.
You flatter me too much, Papa. The credit belongs to my teacher. I am but an instrument of his will.
How blessed we are with a daughter who uses her talents in peace, not to riot in the streets of New Orleans. There is so much unrest since the arrival of the Spanish. Well, I don't want to keep you from your practice. I simply came with a message from Monsieur Blanc. At your leisure, he requests your assistance at the warehouse. Do take care when you go. The streets are not safe for a lady.
No need to worry, Papa.
I will try to restrain myself. I know your charm and grace will protect you like armor.
Donnie, you missed out on this game. Wasn't able to do one of the early missions and put it away. Yeah, there's just some games, isn't there, where you start it and early on you just get to a point where you're just like, not really feeling it, and then you might come back to the game, you know, later or whatnot. I'd never played this when it came out originally, and even when it was given the HD treatment, I still hadn't actually played it. And when the remaster of Assassin's Creed 3 was announced, and it was part of the season pass, pardon me, for Odyssey, I thought, you know what, that's cool. I'll get a chance to play Liberation for the first time, and I was actually surprised. Like, I wasn't expecting much, but I was actually surprised by what they were able to do on a system like that. And this is, 2012, so I don't know when the PS Vita came out, so how long it was in its life cycle or whatnot, but when I played this for the first time, I really enjoyed it, and I thought, I'll add it to my annual series playthrough, and I normally wedge it in between AC3 and Black Flag. Things are going good, thanks Donna. Yeah, things are going well. I hope things are for you too. Let's investigate the commotion. See what's going on.
Pardonnez-moi, mademoiselle. Torturers! Kidnappers!
We demand answers!
Unwashed scabs! Go back to your swamps!
How many more will disappear?
Get back, or I'll give you a reason to protest!
I was too busy typing. Alright, so we need to restart last checkpoint.
Enough! The man is down. Don't abuse what little power you have.
All right, let me go!
Now, what's this all about?
People have been turning up missing. Or not turning up, rather. That's why we...
But you have proof the Spanish are behind it?
Kidnappings have increased since they got here.
Increased.
Life was never easy. Now, it's worse.
Rioting will only worsen your plight. You need evidence.
And how are we going to get that?
I don't know. Yet.
Some help you are.
You pieces of shit.
Torturers! Kidnappers!
We demand answers!
Unwashed scabs! Go back to your swamps!
How many more will disappear?
Get back, or I'll give you a reason to protest!
We're warned.
Pardon.
Oh yeah, Crooked, very, very easy. Very easy. I know it's bad, but I'll just take that.
Ah, Aveline. Good day. I have a surprise for you. What do you think?
Hey,
To
Latouche.
the unknowing eye, an unassuming warehouse. But to our brotherhood, your new headquarters. Agati takes his office in the swamp, but we thought you might prefer this for your business dealings.
Crooked, you didn't know you could steal from them. Yeah, I often do that in this game. Just go up behind them and like, yoink, yoink, yoink. I'll take that, thanks.
From this desk you can manage, or better still, expand your family's trading empire.
So I'm not really a big fan of this trade system. However, if you're doing a playthrough where you want to buy everything, short of spending hours and hours and hours just looting enemies for maybe, you know, $10 to $15 or whatever the money is, you're better off you doing this trading system. So it's one of those things where you put it into action and then you have to wait real time for it to finish, and then you get your results. Early on, it feels like you're not making much progress, but as you keep doing this kind of thing, you'll eventually start to see that you get a bit more money back for however you operate with different things. So it's one of those things if you want to buy everything, because there's some things that cost so much money, like I think it was to fill up a smoke bomb pouch with one smoke bomb, it's 1,000 in this game. It's like very, very, very steep prices. Hey there, Ryu. How's things going, dude? Harbinger, apparently for April Fool's Day, a scientist here claimed that a local inactive volcano will erupt and swallow the whole archipelago. People believed him? Oh no. Jeez.
This room is all yours. And all of your guises are kept here. Over here, you have a private place to change your guise. And most importantly, your weapons and tools will be kept here. It is to your liking, then.
It's perfect.
In that case, I will leave you a quiet moment to familiarize yourself with everything.
You going alright, Ryu? Oh, that's good to hear, dude. Don't know, whoops. Yeah, could you believe that? sometimes it's wise after the end of March to just double check the date first before you believe any news you read on the 1st of April. Your internet is shitty now, so you're using your phone. That really sucks when that happens, dude. Definitely been there.
Aveline, I've, concocted a special instrument for you.
Parasol? I suppose I should thank you, but...
Allow me to, demonstrate. See? Elegant and deadly. Just like my lady.
Monsieur Blanc, you do know me so well.
Ah! Right. So, business. Do you recall our rival, Monsieur Boucher, who was twice caught watering his wine?
Up to his old tricks again?
Now he claims our coffee erodes the nerves. He has erected a stall in the market by the docks and distributes handbills to that effect. Sales are impacted, and we have enough trouble keeping money in the company as it is.
Say no more. I'll see to it that he ceases his slander.
Cease your slander. Otherwise, we'll sledgehammer you. The Super Mario Bros. Movie is out. Reviews have been mixed, praising it for being faithful, but criticizing the story for being thin. Definitely seems like a movie fans will enjoy more. Well, I mean, what are they expecting from Super Mario? Like, an in-depth story with psychological aspects and investigating the depths of humanity and what it means to be a plumber? Like, is that what they're expecting? So this always cracks me up. You know, it's like, what are you expecting with a story with Mario? Like seriously. Like, if I was going into a Christopher Nolan movie, maybe I'd expect that, but you know, if I'm going into a Mario movie, I just want a fun movie that, you know, pays homage to the franchise and, you know, pays tribute to it and, you know, respects it and all that kind of stuff. Donna and major character progress. Exactly. You know, we need to see a very detailed character arc. We need to see, you know, themes and symbolism, and, you know, we need to have all that in a Mario movie. How is this going? Was hit by a hurricane. So it's got about 3 minutes left on it. I'll just wait till it ticks down. My 9th grade science teacher always said that if you put a frog in boiling water... Sorry. My 9th grade science teacher always said that if you put a frog in boiling hot water, it would jump out. But put it in cold water and eat it up gradually, it would slowly boil to death. What's that, Harry? Your recipe for frog soup. It's my recipe for disaster. So what's that from, Harbinger? You might as well expect a Mortal Kombat movie to offer a deep meaning behind the tournament. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Like an in-depth character study and all that kind of stuff. Like, Doom should be a movie about the exploration of what it means to be a member of a family and learning the value of working together to solve a problem. It's like, what movie are you doing? Donna, 2 decades ago, a kid's movie plot would be someone lost a thing, they travel for 3 days or an afternoon to look for it, come back home, and the lost thing was lying on the bed all along. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like, all this commotion, all this trouble. I guess it's kind of like when you are trying to figure out where you left your glasses or your sunglasses, and then you're like, oh, hang on, that's right, I'm wearing them on top of my head. That's from Dante's Peak, a movie about a volcanic eruption. Oh, okay. Yeah, I have seen that movie, but a long, long time ago. Hey there, Doug. I hope things are going well. This game feels like a drag. I think it's okay. Like, it's a shorter game, but it actually has more memory sequences than Rogue does. So Rogue's actually a shorter game. But I never really felt like this game kind of drags, but I thought they did a great job. Ironically, critics were mixed on the Mortal Kombat movies as well, 95 and 2021. Oh yeah, exactly. You know. But yeah, like having a thin story in a Mario Brothers movie, I'm fine with that. It's no worries at all. I actually watched a review of the movie, and I know a spoiler for it. I mean, it's an interesting take, but the reviewer was right in what they said about how the two work so well together that they shouldn't be separated. You don't feel video game movies will ever be the finest examples that cinema has to offer, and I don't really think they have to be, you know what I mean? Like, people who aren't fans of the games that the movies are based on and don't know anything about them are none the wiser as to whether it's a faithful adaptation or whatnot. But those who do know are only expecting faithfulness. Like, they're not expecting a one-to-one copy, but they're just expecting faithfulness to the world of the game, or the characters' backstories and stuff like that. Not to make changes that ruin things, but make changes that make sense to change. Like, if you look at Lord of the Rings, it made sense for them to make it that they don't see Tom Bombadil. Because if they saw Tom Bombadil and they gave him the ring and he just looks at it, picks it up, plays with it, chucks it up in the air, and basically gives it back to them, people who aren't familiar with the books will be like, hang on, so you're telling me that this ring is really powerful, that it's very seductive, that people need to be careful around it, yet this dude just grabs it and plays with it and then just gives it back to Frodo? So that making that change makes sense because you want the power of the ring to not feel like there's anyone that can actually basically stop it. You know, I mean, in the book, it does actually explain that the thing about Tom Bombadil is he would eventually forget that he had the ring. So one of the things that they say is, you know, how about we just give the ring to Tom Bombadil? And Gandalf, I think Gandalf is the one who says, basically, you know, sooner or later he'd forget about it and put it somewhere like a box, and then forget about it for the rest of all time, you know what I mean? So it would still exist, and sooner or later someone would get their hands on it, because that's the way that the ring works, right? It pulls people in, and once someone is in the presence of it, the ring can make itself seem a certain way to that person to get them interested. And sometimes it's just as something as simple as jealousy, you know, and that's what happened with Smeagol and his cousin Deagle. Deagle found the ring first, and Smeagol saw the ring and was entranced by it because the ring could sense in Smeagol the potential for him to want the ring more than his cousin did. And what ends up happening? Smeagol strangles Deagle, kills his own cousin, and takes the ring for himself. So that's how powerful the ring can be. It can even change shape in people's hands as well. So it makes sense in the movies not to diminish the power of the ring by giving it to a character that's just going to play with it and then give it back like it's nothing. So that made sense, you know. So sometimes there's changes that actually do make sense when you're actually adapting something that don't really take much away. I mean, it's disappointing for fans of Tom Bombadil not to see him, so that part's understandable to criticize that he's not in it. But from the perspective of, hey, this ring needs to get destroyed and it's very powerful, you can't really have a character just put their nose up at it and be like, pfft, that's nothing. Hey there, Absolution, welcome. 5 brain cells. I don't know how many I have actually. Do you agree? At best they should be fun fan service filled romps, and at best you do have films that are just that. Mortal Kombat and Sonic, of course. Exactly, you know. And some stories are just really basic, that they don't really need anything complex. Because when you start to add things that are too complex, it then starts to become over-bloated with things that aren't necessary. Absolution, Gollum likes fishies more than Precious sometimes. Yeah, sometimes. Maybe. Donna, you like Sonic? Yeah, I still haven't seen any of the movies yet, but I would like to at some point, but I don't know when that will happen. But I wouldn't mind seeing the two movies. Growing up, I had a Nintendo and everything. I didn't have a Sega console at all, but I had relatives that did, so whenever I would visit them, I'd play their Sega Genesis and experience games like Streets of Rage and Sonic and Shinobi and, you know, all these, like, you know, great Sega games, Golden Axe, and became a fan of them, so I was never really into the whole Sega versus Nintendo thing. Mostly because of Jim Carrey. I don't blame you. Yeah, Jim Carrey's so good. Like, he's done stuff that's terrible, like everyone who is in movies and stuff. Not everyone's done great work. But I actually quite like a lot of his early stuff. Ace Ventura is on the top of my list, I think.
They cursed us. Murderer. They called us. They cursed us and drove us away. Gollum, Gollum, Gollum. And we wept, precious. We wept to be so alone. And all we wished was to catch a fish so juicy sweet. We soon forget the taste of bread, the sound of wind in the trees. We even forgot our name. My precious.
Sorry, it fell apart there. That's the problem with Gollum's voice, is it gets harder to maintain it the longer I talk.
Follow me.
The Grand Prix coffee produces hives about the face and causes fit men to walk with a limp. Avoid the primitive muck water. Drink fine East India tea, the elixir of gentlemen.
What's the meaning of this?
I don't know, ma'am. They pay me to say what I'm told. I can't even read, I swear.
Where is your employer?
At his warehouse, no doubt. Please don't hurt me.
It's okay, you sound like Duccio, but we're not going to punch you in the face.
Mademoiselle.
Donna, Jim seemed to get back to his roots in... Oh, nice impression. Oh, thank you. Thank you, yeah. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's hard to do that. Jim seemed to get back to his roots in Sonic, so he'd recommend the first new Sonic movie. Haven't seen the second one yet. Yeah, because at first when he was cast as Dr. Eggman, I was like, I don't really know. But when I actually saw him in the get-up, you know, because obviously he doesn't look that way straight away. But once I saw how he ends up looking like as Dr. Eggman, I was like, yeah, this is a good choice. Like, I always thought too that he would have been a great choice for Dr. Wily in the Mega Man, like the villain from Mega Man, if they had done a movie of Mega Man. I mean, he still could, I guess, but Harbinger Rod is buying the Golem game on day one. Yeah, I mean, I forgot, because I think you or someone else said when the game was coming out, but I probably won't be able to play it straight away, but I definitely do want to get it. Harbinger, Sonic 2 was your very first video game back in 92 or 93, was it? Oh, nice. Yeah, that was a great game. Great sequel.
Seule dans ce quartier n'est pas une bonne idée.
Don't kill me! What do you want?
Stop slandering the Grand Prix's reputation. Close your deceptive booth, clean the market of your insipid handbills, and issue a public apology.
All right, I'll apologize. I swear.
What's this? Coffee? How are you feeling? A touch nervous? Itchy?
All right, look, I'm desperate. I can't keep my slaves from escaping. I lose money every day, and all my stock is in tea. If everyone starts drinking coffee, I'll be through.
Anyone who keeps slaves deserves to lose them. Next time, remember, far worse things can haunt a man than lost business.
All right, ma'am.
You're lucky. He doesn't give it a hidden blade in the
He'll
neck.
be no more trouble.
I'll say. He's going bankrupt, selling off his shops. Care to, expand your empire?
Now there's an idea. If I buy him out, I can pay his slaves a wage and set them on the path to freedom.
Certainly a more peaceful solution to your usual method of handling slavers. I'll keep a tally of properties available to buy and make sure my informants keep an eye on opportunities. Look for them.
Thank you, Gerald.
Harbinger, you mean Rod is the actor that voices Gollum in the game? I mean, hats off to the person who is, because that's big shoes to fill, because people who grew up with the movies and know Gollum to sound a certain way based on the amazing performance by Andy Serkis, it's hard for someone else to come in and play the same character. And even the way the character looks, like obviously the way Tolkien describes Gollum is the blueprint, but still coming up with a way to represent that visually and make it different to what's come before while still making it true to the original design or description is definitely not easy. And it's the same with a performance of the character too.
Gerald, I'm hearing about disappearing slaves again. I thought we ended that with Gouverneur d'Abadie. But it happens again, and not only slaves now, but laborers, the poor. Where are they all going?
I'll set my informants on finding out.
No, I'll do it myself. They need help now.
May I suggest that you, start with Saint-Danger this time?
Yes. This is one case we won't solve at the garden party.
When you're ready to go, find me outside near the docks. I'll show you a faster way there.
Ironically, critics also said that MK 2021 was largely for fans, and while that was true to an extent, fans definitely had their own opinions on that movie. Truth be told, you do think you can make a good movie or story out of what the 2021 film was trying to go for, at least in terms of the roster choices. Yes, fans will have their issues regardless of what you do right. That's true, you know, and with Mortal Kombat, it's not like you have only a pool of 6 characters to choose from now. You've got like 20, 30, 40 different characters, all the way from the first game in the series to the latest, and all the spin-offs and all that kind of stuff. You know, so you have so many characters to choose from, and in those characters they all have their own backstories and their own reasons for doing the things that they do, so you're trying to adapt that as well. And just like movies that try to adapt 2 storylines into the one, which makes it more difficult to focus on one or the other, and therefore you're basically using up screen time for both stories when one story could have used with the other screen time that's been going towards the other story, you know. And you've got so many different stories with Mortal Kombat, it's like, what do you settle on? And then you got the idea of rebooting, and you would think that the smart play would be, right, we're rebooting the movie franchise, we need to do a tournament movie. You know, you think they would do that. Or you would think, right, we're going to do a prequel movie to the tournament. We're going to do these characters and their stories. You know, in a way, what they could have done is what was done with the MCU. You know, they could have done individual movies focused on certain characters. So you do your movie about the Great Kung Lao, about Goro, about Shang Tsung, about Shinnok, and all that kind of stuff in the one movie. You know, because you're covering like a key set of characters that are all doing things that are interrelated into the same thing. And then you could end that movie with a sequence where, you know, Quan Chi sets about, you know, messing with Scorpion's family and all that kind of stuff. You know, and then that could be the next movie. You know, they could have done that too, and then have it all build up to the first, well, not the first tournament, but have it all build up to the tournament where Liu Kang fights with Johnny Cage and Sonya, you know, and then do that as a movie where it's all been leading up to that point. Donna, there's always fans with issues. That's true. And then there's some fans who have more issues that are related not to just simply disliking something, but sending death threats to people and sending, you know, death threats to people who created it. It's like... Don, you don't listen to it anymore, you try to enjoy the things you like, and that's a good way to be as well, that's for sure. It just makes it easier. I don't blame you for feeling that way. But you do too, you stopped caring about what fanboys think for quite some time. It really could have been a tournament movie even with the choice of characters. Yeah, well that's it too. Hey Game God, welcome on in. Welcome to Assassin's Creed Liberation. How's it going? Really, game? That hood is equipped, is it? Is that why Aveline's wearing the hood? Because it's equipped, like you said it's equipped. Game God, playing some AC3 yourself too for fun. Oh yeah, oh nice Game God, cool. So what part of the game are you up to at the moment? They had a lot of characters, but they decided to make the movie focus on a brand new character. To be fair, that the fact that he was new to the franchise was not the problem. Cole could have worked if they developed the characters better and if he wasn't so bland. Yeah. There we go, now the hood is equipped. There's another glitch. So there's two major glitches. Well, not really. One's a major glitch. One isn't so major. If you're starting a new game, when you create the new game, it doesn't want to load, so you have to press the home button on whether it's... I don't know if it happens on the PlayStation version, but on the Xbox version I had to press the Xbox home button, but then go back to the game, and then it will work. And then once the little intro bit's done, then it will freeze again. And so then you have to exit the game, and then it'll remember the fact that you started a new game at that point, and then you reload the new game save, and then you can play. So that's a major glitch. With the remaster version anyway. I don't know about the HD version that came out for Xbox 360 and PS3 though.
Ah, Aveline. Simply come here when you need to travel out of town. The business will cover any expense.
So this was a thing too I was talking about in last stream of this. The fact that you do have fast travel points, but they're not a fast travel point that you can just go to the map, select it, and then you'll be transported there. You literally have to get the character to the travel point, and then from there you can fast travel. After taking care of her father's business troubles, Aveline sets out to uncover the truth behind the mysterious disappearances of slaves and vagrants. Game God, you're doing Johnson's errand? Oh, nice. Up to that part of the game? That William Johnson. Always wanting people to do errands for him. Jeez, I don't know. Can't he do it himself? So we're not inside a memory now, so I can take damage and it's fine. It's only when we get inside this memory that I have to be careful. So this Hungan is voiced by the actor who plays Lucius Fox in Batman Arkham Knight.
Aveline, what troubles you?
I'm investigating new reports of disappearances. Are you missing anyone?
It does seem that way. But so many rest here before moving on. It is not always apparent where or why a man has gone. Your friend, Elise, hires many people to work. She may know better.
Perhaps.
I feel a great change coming. You will face powerful foes. Please, take this. A new poison I have been testing. It makes the victim momentarily hysterical.
Thank you, Venerable One.
It's funny, I took that opportunity to pour myself a new drink, but I wasn't fast enough before the cutscene ended.
Aveline, old girl, where you been? The swamp's not the same without you. The gators are getting uppity.
Oh, you know, business demands and piano recitals. How I've missed the bayou air. It has the scent of action about it.
Among other things. Listen, I'm glad you're here. The other day I saw something and I said to myself, Elise, old girl, something's not right. Convoys loaded with the strangest cargo. People. Dozens of them.
Where were they headed?
I can't say. But I know where they came from. The fort.
Will you show me the place?
Thought you'd never ask. Meet me tomorrow. I'll mark your map.
So in Black Flag, one of the audio files you can unlock is Warren Vidic when he was younger interviewing Subject 1. And Subject 1 was actually experiencing memories of Aveline, this character we were playing. And so when they were recording his sessions, the visuals that they recorded during his anima sessions what they used when they were creating their first major entertainment product. So Abstergo Entertainment took those recordings and they edited them to make sure that there were certain things that the general public wouldn't be able to know, and so they'd made those changes and then they released the product to the world. However, there's a hacking group inside the Assassin's Creed universe called Erudito, and what they did, they hacked into the game, and in the game, when we're playing it, the Citizen E missions are what we do to uncover the truth of what actually happened in certain events. So you'll see a cutscene, and later you'll get a Citizen E mission, and when you assassinate the avatar within the game representing that file, so to speak, that unlocks the truth, you'll then be shown that same cutscene you saw before, but you'll actually have it unedited. So that's a concept that happens, and Subject 1 ends up dying, I think. I'm not 100% sure. But the thing about that, being able to actually edit the memories, it made me think, I wonder if Abstergo would be able to fabricate memories from the ground up. You know how with a computer program you can basically program it to make visual representations or audio representations of what you want, right? So it wouldn't be unrealistic in terms of the fiction of Assassin's Creed universe for the Templars to find out a way to essentially create memories from the ground up. And I thought that would be an interesting sort of like present day story to include, because it's essentially a way for Abstergo to brainwash people by making sure that the version of history that they actually experience is not the real version of history, but the way that they wish that historical event had played out. And because they're so powerful and so influential, not many people would be able to question the integrity of what Abstergo were actually saying, because if they did, somehow they would be hushed and silenced, either by money or by death. So I think that's an interesting kind of conundrum to have for the assassins as well, is being able to fight a propagandist machine that's able to literally create simulations of memories so that the general public playing these Abstergo Entertainment products can be easily brainwashed into thinking that that's actually how things went down, when it actually wasn't. So I think that would have been a great advancing of that little idea that's in this game, where it's like these memories are actually edited, and there's portions of them that the Templars didn't want the public to know about, and so we're finding out those things. So the next step would be to make it that they're fabricating memories completely from scratch. Ryu, if keyword, if you had to use Cole or an OC like Artlene in original character like Artlene in 1995, you'd make sure they would have significance within the story while giving great attention to the real characters that fans love. That's understandable. Yeah, I mean, that's the way to do it. Art is a great character example of a new character inserted into a franchise where he never existed before. But the way that he's incorporated is really well done. Game God, you played AC4 at your cousin-in-law house. Oh, did you really? So do you remember what part of the game it was? Like, was it a ship battle or something like that, or just like running around or exploring?
A carriage just passed. We can catch it at the bend. I'll race you.
you're still just a girl.
I recognize these people. Some of them have worked for me. Crisfe! A word?
Elise! What are you doing here?
What does it look like? Rescuing you.
From what? Employment? Freedom?
Crisfe, these chains don't exactly say freedom to me.
Temporary discomforts. Too many workers escaped the last voyage without paying their fare. We'll be released once we reach the worksite.
These terms don't concern me.
Elise, everything in this life concerns me. But I can survive a little longer, till we get south to freedom.
I don't trust this. Crisfe, I promise we'll get to the bottom of this.
But
we should investigate the fort while the time is ripe. With all the soldiers in town, there can't be many left.
Elise!
I like your thinking.
Good. I'll scout ahead. Find me at the bridge. And Crisfe? Keep out of trouble.
While we go stir some.
Right. Thanks.
You know, because nobody wants another Resident Evil situation where Alice makes the actual game characters look like chumps. Yeah, that's the thing, right? Damn, all the dead bodies are gone. We can't loot them. Whoops. But yeah, you're right. Because you don't want to introduce a new character at the expense of the existing ones. Game God, it was a ship battle, was it? Nice. Cool. Yeah, I like the ship battles in Black Flag. I love the spectacle of firing upon the enemy and then, you know, swinging across and getting on the ship and cutting them all down, and, you know, the music and all that kind of stuff. It's really, really fun.
Now's our best chance. The highest-ranking man I've seen is a teniente. He's lightly protected, but the fort is so big, we'll need to be smart to find him.
I think we can handle that.
Oh, one thing confuses me. What would the Spanish want with the people of Saint-Danger? Why them? Why now?
This isn't the first time I've detected irregular activity around the Spanish. When they were first taking over, I stumbled on a plot to control the gouverneur and divert slaves to some underground project.
And?
I thought I made sure it wouldn't happen again.
Let's go make doubly sure.
Stop her!
I suppose interrogation's out of the question now.
There are quicker ways to get at the truth.
You gotta love it when stuff like that glitches. It's like, what the fuck? What the hell? Crooked quicker ways, like pushing somebody repeatedly. Plus the sound he was making was so funny as well.
Does this mean we don't get aboard the workship?
Workship? Where is this workship bound?
Away from this wretched colony forever, that's all I know.
All right, everybody out. Come with me!
I'm going to die in this cesspool of a territory, aren't I?
Aveline, you'd better make yourself scarce before you incite any more gratitude. I'll escort these people back to Sans Danger.
Animus memory notes. Confident that Governor Ulloa is behind the disappearances in New Orleans, Aveline puts her plan in motion to lure him out of La Belize, which he seldom leaves. Thanks for clipping that. Thanks for that, Senny. The not-so-quick way to get to the truth. Leaves a lot to be desired, that tactic. I'm not inside a memory anymore, so I'm allowed to take damage.
Pour qui se prend-elle?
Crooked, you're going to be lurking for now, but hope you have a great stream with Liberation, dude. That's absolutely no trouble at all, Senny. Thank you so much for stopping in, dude. I really appreciate it. Would like to highly recommend people check out Crooked's channel if you haven't before. He's also a big fan of Assassin's Creed. He's currently doing his annual series as well. He's focusing on the games in the series that were done by Ubisoft Montreal, and he's currently on Assassin's Creed 3. And he's also doing a stealth challenge with all of those games, as well as getting all the optional objectives in all of those games as well. And he's also doing a playthrough of GTA 4, the Ballad of Gay Tony DLC as well. And he's a great streamer, has a great community, has some very funny channel points for rewards, has a lot of sound bites for Assassin's Creed that you can use, as well as a lot of visual memes and stuff like that. So highly recommend. And thank you so much for leaving the lurk as well, Senny. I really appreciate it, dude. Hello there, Zereth. How's it going? That's okay, Crooked. No worries at all for the shout out, dude.
Attention! Vous êtes aveugle?
Zereth, it's liberating.
Aveline, you are unhappy? What did you find?
Too much and not enough. The Spanish are behind the kidnappings, but the kidnapped seem to look forward to their transit, to where I don't know. No one at the fort could tell me.
The directive must come straight from the top, from Gouverneur Uyua. Is this why he hides in La Balise instead of coming to the city and leading like a proper leader? What is his true purpose here?
I don't know, but I intend to find out.
That will be difficult as long as he stays couched in La Balise.
I'll drive him out and make him answer.
Interrogation is not your usual style.
This is not a usual circumstance.
Good. Then let us gather our unusual circumstances to plan our attack. This Spanish gouverneur has placed so many restrictions on trade, even plantation owners are practically begging for an excuse to riot.
If I can infiltrate the crowd, I can create that excuse.
Alright, so this memory's going to be fun. Trying to get through without taking damage. Thanks for leaving the lurk, Zereth. You like Gerald Donner? Yeah. He's quite a soft-spoken character. You can definitely tell that he really likes Aveline more than just as, you know, an ally and all that kind of stuff.
Libération! Mort aux Espagnols! Rentrez chez vous!
¡Mantengan la posición! ¡Mantengan la posición!
Vive la Louisiane française!
À mort le gouverneur!
Multon upright. They won't know what hit them. We get these
Get
louds.
those bastards! Let's show them what we are made of!
I've received a very, exciting piece of intelligence. A gunpowder delivery. It's on its way to a city outpost. Unless we, intercept it.
I'm not dressed for interception. Do I have time to change?
Oh, yes. Assume you're true, guys. Get your weapons and we'll go.
We? You're coming too? You do realize it might get dangerous.
Yes, well, someone needs to navigate.
Dressed like that? Gerard,
Aveline, I'll have you know I'm not afraid to get my hands dirty. Why should you have all the excitement?
I didn't know you wanted.
I know what you think. Blanc the sensible, Blanc the boring. I'm more than just an accountant, Aveline.
Very well. You're a navigator too. A regular Magellan.
Alright, so the memory's not over yet. We need to change into the assassin persona. There's also a chase sequence that happens. And even though it's not Aveline herself that takes damage, the cart can take damage. And if the cart takes damage, I also have to count it as being taking damage. Now, if it turns out that it's one of those impossible things, then I'll add it as a rule that it's only Aveline herself that has to take damage. But I'm pretty sure you can do it without taking damage at all.
There is the carriage. You know what to do with the guards. I'll wait here.
Sure. Sure they all saw me, with their backs turned.
Avez-vous perdu la raison?
They're stealing the gunpowder! Stop them! Stop them!
Oh! The road ahead is blocked. Turn right.
Where are we going?
Near the docks. Turn right here. Left, left, left. That was close.
You want the ring?
Right, right. That's it. Turn right again.
Hold on to your hat.
I'm not wearing one. Straight ahead. Go left. No, no other left. Turn right. No, go left, go left. Left at the next intersection. Go left.
I can't. What now? Now! On the horse! Now!
What?
Down!
I'll have to review that in the VOD, just to double check stuff with that. I need to see what caused the damage reduction. Health reduction, I mean.
Help! Help! À l'aide! On va mourir! Help! Help!
You motherfucker. I tell you fucking what. The annoying thing about that too is that it changes your fucking tools that you've chosen automatically to the gun. So even if you have your smoke bombs equipped, it'll change it to the gun. I don't know why it's telling us how to parry stuff, because it showed us how to do that at the start. Harbinger AC Syndicate, Carriage Missions, PTSD. Yeah, it's funny in that because I just don't care about the damage, obviously, to the carriage, so I just go full speed. Anyway, I need to check the VOD to have a look at the start of that memory. Alright, I need to go offline to do it. Be right back.